Thank you so much for staying tuned to this station. We have to take another break to make welcome Barrister Anakwe Mbanefo. Barrister, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition. I appreciate your coming. It's all about the Anambra State gubernatorial election, the process that shaped the electoral process, though it's still ongoing, the counting, collation. We don't know who will come out tops. But what do you feel about the process and events that led to yesterday?
Thank you very much. It's an interesting topic today. Talking about what shaped that election yesterday. Interestingly, the election is still ongoing. It's still the same old Nigerian story. We are never ready for anything. It's quite embarrassing, very, very unfortunate that up to now, INEC is still giving excuses when it comes to issues of election in this country. The Anambra election is just one election too many. The truth of the matter is that because of the legal, challenges in Anambra State, Anambra, was kind of pushed out of Nigeria's governorship electoral calendar, and then having Anambra election taking place at a different time from when the rest states are having the election. And you can agree with me that because it's one single state where election is holding, that is being organized by INEC, we do not expect any hitches in the Anambra election. We expected that INEC ought to have mobilized everything on the ground to ensure that we have an almost perfect election in Anambra State. Because the INEC as a body had no other business for the past few years other than Anambra election. And so if the INEC chairman is telling us right now that why this election is being shifted to today or why it is still ongoing, is because of technicalities, because some of the equipment could not work. Hence, this prolonged voting. You see that it is incompetence on the side of INEC as a body, and incompetence on the side of INEC chairman. Nigerians cannot continue to learn geology a night after the earthquake. We have expected that before now, that INEC ought to have come up with a proposal of at least having a mock election in Anambra State in preparatory to the main election itself. If you can still remember when we were in school those days, we normally have what we call mock exams.
Mock exams.
Before the main exam. And so we don't expect INEC to be testing the so-called BVS the day of that election. They ought to have done all that before that is the biggest challenge that the whole world was looking at was the issue of insecurity in Anambra State. The issue of threats, alleged threats by IPOB and ESN. Unfortunately, those were not the issues in this election. The whole place was calm. Of course, we give credit to Nigerian security outfits on that. And so INEC has no business to say that, has no reason to say that because of technical issues, that election was inconclusive, that election is still ongoing, that election cannot be concluded. I expected that if a man is given a responsibility, he ought to have written his name on gold. So by the time he leaves office tomorrow, posterity will vindicate him. But as far as this INEC is concerned, and as far as this chairmanship tenure is concerned, we have nothing to remember this particular INEC for. And so, at this stage, no excuse is good enough for failure. And today, the election has been shifted. Is there any guarantee that the election will be conclusive today? Again, don't forget that I wouldn't know as to whether the Electoral Act has made provisions for what transpired yesterday in Anambra State, so that they don't send us to get into another legal debacle at the end of the day as to whether the INEC chairman has powers to shift the election for another 24 hours because of the technical hitches. The Electoral Act may have made provisions for inconclusive election. I wouldn't know whether what has happened now will fall under the umbrella of...
You are a legal practitioner. You should have more knowledge in that aspect. I'll come back to you, Barrister Anakwe Mbanefo. You took us to what transpired yesterday. It's like the ESN and IPOP issue have been trashed. He said kudos to the Nigerian security outfit. Now to the election proper, of course, taking a look at the event that shaped the election. Yes, the election, according to report, was extended. In course of his analysis, he even asked a question, was that covered by the Constitution? Now, take a look at the extension of the election from your own assessment. Is it a failure on the part of INEC, or it's a plus on their part to give Anambra at least a free, fair, credible election?
Thank you very much. The step taken by the INEC chairman to extend the election to today, for me, is in the right direction. It's better to do that than to disenfranchise voters. As a human being, you may be embarking on a journey, you are traveling to Lagos, you add hitches on the way. You fix your car, then you continue the journey, you may put up in a hotel and continue the following day, provided you arrive at your destination. So there is a destination to ensure that all the voters who are interested in casting their votes are given the opportunity to exercise their franchise. So if we will need to extend it for a day or even two to ensure that everyone is able to do that, fine and good, especially when the issue of the security challenges have been tackled. We have enough men on ground. And in fact, you discover that those who are afraid of going out yesterday, seeing that yesterday there was no security challenge, some will throw out today to go and exercise their franchise. These are all the advantages or the benefits of extending it by another day. Then the statement by the governor, crying in advance that there is some wolves around the corner. Some of them will deliberately do that, preparing grounds for their cases, in case eventually he lost the election. You say, if I don't say so, I said it early enough that see the plans, they were already hatching. So, I don't want to mention him.
Yeah,
there was a particular election in this our own state here that the former governor came out and was saying similar things, that the election is now being rigged, but eventually he ended up winning the election. We now wonder, you are crying foul, and eventually you ended up winning, you won the election. So some of them will come out to make those statements that in case I lose, let me start preparing my grounds to approach the courts and see what I can get from the court. I think in Nigeria, we cannot talk of free, fair, and credible and whatever election. But if out of 100%, you are able to score above average, over 50, because we know a lot of things may be going on the ground that we may not witness. Only Almighty God can witness that. God is the VAR referee that on Judgment Day we say you do not win the election, you rigged the election. So you rigged the election now, I'm going to punish you and I'll compensate the person that you rigged. But that will be on Judgment Day. But on earth here, you can only talk about what you see, not what you do not see, because I cannot rule out an issue of corruption.
All right. I'll come back to you, Alhaji. Well, Obara, you heard both of them talking about extension of the election occasioned by malfunctioning machines used during the election. Is it worth extending because of that excuse, from your own perspective?
No. As a politician, it's not good to extend the election.
Even by day?
Yeah, it's not good to extend the election. The reason is because it gives space for election to be touched. It gives a proposed loser an avenue to organize destruction or something, or re-ringing. It gives people that said, okay, this was supposed to be the place. In one Minoredo, let me go and defeat him in Uwunde. The Uwunde supposed place, you saw the way he won us, so no need, since we're not going to win Uwunde, go and stop them in Uwunde, you scatter this place in Uwunde. Election, we are used to that election that when it comes, 4 o'clock it ends. Before you say Jacob is here, gather the ones you have and call it. It's not sinful to say you were disenfranchised because the time Mr. John had to go and vote, you also had it. Are you getting it now? The time you were supposed to also do this, the person that went also had it. So when next it comes up again, you do it. What I would have been expecting was to say, okay, by election in places where hiccups came. Since there was no hiccup in a place you thought election was not possible, we were able to do it and it ended up peaceful. To me, quickly leave the stage. My prayer today is to see that the peace of yesterday is managed to the evening of today. Because Nigerian politicians don't value the life of those they swear to govern. The people that are the gladiators in Anambra political space today, their family and kids are not around. They've since left the shores of this country to come back to celebrate if their father wins. Why those that they are to use for this election are those that do say clear road is a share coming, it's a chair coming. Those that they don't believe have hope for tomorrow. So they can say this is the sum of 200,000 or this sum of 1 million. Take this ballot paper. No, I don't know how you're going to do it. It's either you put it in this place or the ones in that place goes down. And that person not believing that he can also become governor tomorrow. He can also become a leader tomorrow. Goes all the way to go. Not even minding soldiers and army are there. Take the risk to that spoil that election. So the bulk of blame, because the federal government did their best now to provide security. I said that before. INEC now has also proven now again that they are not also ready for 2023 election. This is a test one. A state now, they've given you all the billions you asked for. They've given you all the security you asked for. Now you've extended election from Saturday to Sunday, saying people didn't come out. Barrister Banefo has also given a new face to this, which I know they are happy now because they are going to smile to the bank after the election.
Because of what litigations?
Yes, litigations. Okay. Because now it has said, I'm not so sure. I will also, if I leave, I will also check it, that there is space for election to continue a day after it starts without nothing, because people didn't come out. Have never been a bane to say election should continue the next day. What to stop election is somebody was killed, the ballot box was snatched. Those are what should the schemists that we know. But to say nothing has happened because Banefo didn't come on time or he didn't come today, let's wait for him to come after church tomorrow to come and vote. I have not seen that before. Maybe it's a new face. So
all right.
we'll be happy to see this.
I'll come back to you. Does this spell a kind of a recipe for disaster in the electioneering process because of the extension? Do you think that will cause a lacuna in the process? After all, Barrister Al-Amin talked about it's better to have an extension than for parents to be disenfranchised, knowing fully well that it is coming from INEC's angle.
Well, I said before, the whole thing chronicles to the fact that we're not prepared for anything, and like my friend said, we give credit to the federal government for them to have been able to provide sufficient security for this election. INEC has no reason to be doing what they're doing right now. Like you said, even though you're on a legal tradition, there's already a lacuna that is being created, and that lacuna can only be solved by the Electoral Act. The Electoral Act is the law governing elections in Nigeria as to whether the INEC, has powers to do what they have done so far. Like he said, if election is inconclusive due to violence, there's a provision for that in law. That in so and so areas. That does not stop the process from going on. The process will be ongoing. They will not tell you that so as what this was inconclusive. A date will be announced for that elections to take place in those booths. But meanwhile, this is the records we are having for now. You get the point? Like in so and so number of local governments, so and so party put this, so and so party put this, so and so party put this. But in so and so particular words, it was inconclusive. And so they have been mapped out for that to be conclusive. And whatever results are getting from that place now is what you're now adding to what you have already got on ground before you now make a final pronouncement on that election. But what transpired yesterday is that we have not had any information as to what. They only said that by today, 10 o'clock, they will start collection of results. So that means election wasn't collected yesterday.
Rather than saying a unitary ward is having an inconclusive election due to some misgivings, I think it's better for them to extend it to prevent spending more, so to speak.
It's not a matter of expenses. It's a matter of what the law provides. It is a matter of what the law provides. Yesterday, when you listen to that announcement the young man made there, he said today 10 o'clock they will start collection of results, and that election continues this morning. This is the first time we're hearing this in Nigeria. This is a new, I think, political lexicon.
Election continues this morning.
Yes, so it's a way also of, like my friend said, you don't create space for fraud. Before the election yesterday, we've been assured that there will be electronics voting, and that elections will be transmitted through electronics, and so that people can get to know exactly what
transpired. Okay.
And what each candidate is pulling and all that.
All right.
But if the entire process is being hijacked by the system that is trying to give us results, I say that we can continue until this morning, and the elections continue again this morning. Well, let us watch and see what will be the outcome.
Okay, well, you heard from both of them,
Yes.
Barrister Alao. He spoke as a politician, saying extension as a politician is not cool, in the sense that the result can be tampered with. While Anaoke Mbanaefo said, look, it's not about cost, it's about the right process. Do you see this, making a mockery of the whole process in Anambra State election due to this extension?
Not at all. He made a point validly that it may give room for manipulation of the election by those who felt, they are already losing, they cannot win any longer. Of course, if election is manipulated, you go to the law court to prove your case, challenge the result, and prove the manipulation of the elections. And do not forget that the reason why the election is being extended is not because some sat at home and did not come out and they are waiting for them to come out. No. Because there are some problems with the equipment. That is the reason, not because, we are waiting for those who did not come out, so let them come out. No, that's not the reason. So, and another point to note is that the following day, that is today, it's not that, only party A members should come and vote. The electors will not know who I will vote for. So all the politicians, all the parties will benefit from even today's vote. If you approach the court, election was extended to the following day, the result should be nullified. You must give reasons, convincing reasons to explain that, the election was manipulated between yesterday and today, and so on and so forth. But generally, if the cogent reason is that because of the problems INEC had, not because people are not coming out, we do not want to disenfranchise people, let us extend it today. I think it's a good reason. And of course, the court of law will settle that.
So you're saying it's giving room for litigations right now? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying it's giving room for litigation, but if what I'm saying is that if
because you said the court will decide that
based,
you're only going into litigation.
Based on what he said,
Yes.
that it will give room for manipulation of election if you extend it a day further. I am not saying you need. If you go to court, you are alleging that because the election was postponed, conducted the following day, I lost the election. Then you will need to prove that between yesterday and today, the election was manipulated. Don't just approach the court and say, okay, you file your petition, and of course there must be merit in your case. What I'm saying is that the extension to today, all the parties will benefit from it. All the parties will benefit from it.
All right.
But we are not commending INEC for not performing their duties.
Within the given time.
We are not commending them for that. But we are saying at the same time it is good to allow the voters to exercise their franchise.
Now, from what you said, all parties may benefit from it. After all, you may have, supporters that really want to come vote for you due to the machines malfunctioning. They may just come out today to still cast their vote for you. What do you feel about that?
No, it's not. That is not possible.
I mean, all parties,
yes,
they're all invited to come vote.
Yes, let me give you the simple logic.
Yeah.
This is Power and Info of the APC. This is for the PDP. This is for the APGA. This is INEC. Power and Info has where his power belongs, where his power lies. Me, I have mine where my power lies. He has where his power lies. No one of them has winning capacity around the three. There's a place it comes from, maybe out of the 18 or 12 local government. It has a base of about 4 or 5 that he has quickly, first of all, secured. Then the problem now was at Panefo's area yesterday. That didn't happen.
All right, now you just hold on. You continue with your analogy. We want to go for a break. When we return, we'll continue with what is trying to pay. Talking about the extension of the election. Is it a recipe for disaster or a recipe to prevent disaster from happening when you talk about the electoral process? Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.